Here's what's up. Today we're going to talk about Scarlet and Violet and how we predicted that it is going to be a flop. Let's get to it.
And it did.
Nerds. Okay, so Scarlet and Violet. This was exciting at first, and now it's not. It was exciting because it had brand new characters and really cool artwork and stuff, but hard flop, right?
Yes. I was really excited. Loved they were coming out with a new game. Loved that the new game was like almost going back to an older style of Pokemon game.
Right. I get that.
And then, so I was way excited. I was like, oh man, I'm going to save up my money. I'm going to tear and collect all the Scarlet Violet sets.
Pull the whole set himself.
Gonna pull the whole set. Like I was getting ready.
Uh-huh.
And then I didn't.
Good thing, you lucky duck.
That's a good thing.
We were kind of crunching numbers, sadly and slowly, with the idea that once the set came out and we realized its lack of potential, we could probably buy a completed set for $500. Where if we wanted to pull this set completely, we would have paid double. You know,
for sure, at least $1,000.
And that's obviously the opposite of what we want. We want to spend $500 and pull it all, rather than $1,000 buying a complete set. So,
and I will say there's definitely some benefits in this set that we've talked about before, like getting the 3 pulls a pack, you know, so you can definitely pull it faster than previous sets.
It's easier to open the pack. That's a win, you know.
Like there's if you watched our previous podcast, we go deep into that. If that's something you're interested in, check out the previous podcast if you haven't.
Just a click
definitely,
away.
I mean, it's over here. It's over there. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where. It's not going to be there. But you can look at it. You can look at it.
Right.
Anyway, we're not going to dive into that specifically because we did deeply already.
I get that. But I want to show you guys some of the pulls that we did have. They're not pulls. I bought them because we didn't pull them. But some of the better cards in the set. So let's check it out. Okay, so first we got this new style of card, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, this is one of the main reasons why I was excited for the set, because they're making these really cool looking unique cards. And to Robo's point, they're like replacing the Radiance, you know. The Radiance was kind of a quick run. I think they had maybe 15 Radiance and then they stopped doing them. And now the new sets are going to have a bunch of these.
Yeah. And the one thing I was a little disappointed with that is like Radiance, just comparing to Radiance, there was guaranteed 3 in a set. So you knew, like, for those just searching for like a little niche part of sets that wanted to collect a certain little thing from each one, Radiance was a good option because it was, hey, I can get 3 each set. It's not going to burn my wallet. You know, it was good. However, with these ones, there's only 2 in this set. And there's only 1 in the next set from what we've seen. We don't know 100% on that because it hasn't officially released. But from the what do you call those? Like the preset list?
Yeah, preset list.
We'll call it a preset list. From those preset lists, there's only 1 in the next one. And like, to me, those cards, there should have been like 5 or 6. You know, like that should have been... That should have been the new rainbow almost.
Ooh, yeah.
Because it's something very different.
Yeah, and there's no rainbows in these ones.
Yeah,
not in this Scarlet Violet, and not in the future one that I've seen. So they might be over rainbows, which kind of sucks. Rainbows, I have a love-hate with them. I think they're cool when you pull them. They're absolute fire. We pulled one today.
Yeah, we did.
This guy did. But I have a binder, pages of rainbow, and honestly, they kind of just get lost in each other, and it looks kind of dumb, you know? The binder doesn't look good. As someone who's not, like, as gung-ho as, you know, your average person that would probably watch this, I agree. Like, I looked at your rainbow binder today, and I was like, do you have this one? Like, I'd have to actually, like, look closely and be like, I have to actually look and read the names of these because it's not like... Look, this is the rainbow. They all blend together.
They kind of blend.
Because, you know, all the cards obviously have, well, most of them have this bright background based on their energy. Anyway.
So there are no rainbows.
Yep, and probably not in the future. Also, we should look into this. You guys should look into this too. after this podcast. I think that they either updated the preset list or I saw one even past this one, but there are three or four different styles of this. So I've seen at least 4 or 5 different cards with this style. So they're going to be pumping them out like the Radiant, I think.
So maybe the preset was wrong and there are more.
Yeah, maybe we just saw it a little too soon, you know?
It was too pre.
Yeah, it's too pre.
It was pre.
Here's the thing. Here, check these out too. These two guys are like nostalgic. They're powerful. They're cool. I mean, there are so many fans of Gyarados. There's so many fans of Arcanine, you know, and they actually look cool. If you looked at what's coming out, which we're going to look at when they do come out, they're using weird, dumb characters. Like they're using like that weird little mouse, you know,
which a lot of people like for some reason. I don't get it. I don't get it.
But it's like
they're like, oh, he's like Pikachu. It's like, no, he's friggin'
yeah. No one's like Pikachu. No, he's not. Raichu's not even like Pikachu. But it's like I would be stoked to see them do all of these in the like the original 150 people. You don't have to do all the 150, but it's like each one is like the nostalgic, like, oh, the next one's Alakazam. Oh, the next one is Chansey. You know, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a Weedle in this form than a stupid mouse that's coming out.
And to that point, I agree. I would love the original 150. And honestly, they could just do the evolved forms. They don't even have to do all the 150. Like for this one, this was Arcanine and Gyarados, which are not, I mean, they're the evolved forms. Mm-hmm. Like if they just went, you know, give me a Charizard that looks like that. Give me a Blastoise that looks like that. Give me Venusaur. Those three, now those cards are, people want those. Mm-hmm. People are paying for those.
Even non-collectors will collect them, you know?
100%.
The thing with Radiance, though, is also they made them common enough to where they're cheap. Where it's like they're easy to pull and they're easy to buy for people that don't have some big wallet just for Pokemon, you know? These ones, they're on that path. These were actually like $20 each, which isn't bad for like a collectible, unique card. And I only see them going cheaper because, again, they're doing the stupid mouse Pokemon, which like if I have to pay more than $8 for that, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, maybe we can pull it.
Yeah, so I'm okay. So I'm okay with them pumping out more of these. I'm okay with them making them, you know, not as rare. So, you know, me as a collector and other people as non-collectors can easily get their hands on them. You know, just, I mean, they can print money with Charizards. Some Charizards they don't, like the Radiant Charizard is only like $9, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, there's two.
Yeah, both of them are like super cheap.
Very cheap.
But they have the ability, they know what they're doing, you know? They have the ability to select a specific character and print money off of them. If someone doesn't steal them all off the line, you know what I'm talking about. April 20th, 2023. Yeah, freaking some turd on Reddit. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
And I will point out, we do know from the game that there is a Charizard form of those cards.
He knows this from the game. I haven't played it.
He did release, that was the first 7-star raid in the game, which, you know, you had to group up with people. You had to have good strategies. It was a whole thing just to get him. I did not get him.
Oh.
I wasn't fully
Dropped the ball,
invested.
Huh?
I wasn't ready.
Oh, gotcha,
I was not ready, you know. But anyway, we know he's in game, which means he should be in card form soon.
That'd be nice. And circling back to how this is a flop. This is a flop because it has no real chase cards. Because the chase cards that people would want, i.e. these two, are cheap enough that they're easy to get. So the set is going to, it's rare and cheap. So this set is going to be crazy dumbed down price-wise. So is the next set. We predict it because, again, there's some cool arts like that Magikarp art. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm pulling it up.
There is a Magikarp art.
Yeah, it's going to be right here. I'm going to see if I can. Doesn't matter. So this artwork is fire, but it's not going to be fire enough to pull the set to where people are going to pay $3, $4, $5 a pack. No. It's going to be less than $3 a week after the set drops.
Yeah, which has already happened to this set. Mm-hmm. You can get $3. You can get less in American money. I know there might be international viewers out there. You can get packs for this first Scarlet Violet set for just $3 or less.
Yep.
They're out there.
Yeah, and not rare. You can find them everywhere at that price. So this set is a flop. We predict it. We predict the next set as a flop. I'm curious if when they actually pump out a Charizard in this form, if that's going to be a flop too, because the fact that they're going to be printed like crazy, that it's going to stay in the same realm of
if he's not rare.
Because this is, didn't they have a double
Although
star?
I will say this,
Oh, this is 2 silver stars. So if they make a Charizard that's 2 silver stars, then everyone's going to have easy access to him, and the set's going to flop again.
I would not be surprised. Okay. Prediction. Here we go. I would not be surprised if the Charizard of that is a promo.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me.
It would not surprise me at all. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm calling that it's going to be a promo. I'm going to call it.
You want to put some money on it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't have money.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I.
Come on now.
I spend it all on Pokemon cards. We should bet Pokemon cards. Your rare pull. What's it called? Gardevoir?
My Gardevoir?
Gardevoir for the Gyarados. No, we won't do that. I won't take that away from you.
Plus, I don't even want lose your Gyarados?
yeah. Meaning, I'm not losing my Gyarados. Yeah, I can see that. I wouldn't be shocked.
I do have a question for you. That with Scarlet Violet, is this the end of Rainbow Rares?
Yes.
Like no Rainbow Rares at all in any Scarlet Violet.
I would love to be correct on this, but correct me if I'm wrong. There has never been a set without a Rainbow Rare since Rainbow Rare started.
When did they start?
I don't know. Now I'm thinking because I don't think...
Because if it was
except for Pokemon Go, that might not have had it, but because Pokemon Go was such a unique set.
Well, and it was kind of its own...
Yeah, it was its own
because you had,
realm.
What was it? Sword and Shield? Is that what we just ended? Was Sword and Shield where they started rainbows?
I think it started before.
Okay.
I think it's been over a couple of years. It's definitely been over a couple of years. It's been
Sword and Shield was a couple of years.
Yeah, Sword and Shield I think was 3 years, and I think it's been back way before that.
Okay. Based
on what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't think they've had a set without a Rainbow Rare. So
we're thinking Rainbow Rares are dead.
Seeing that this doesn't have it and the next set doesn't have it, then now's to start collecting Rainbow Rares because they might get more.
Prices could go up on them.
Maybe, I don't know. On the characters, I can see it. On some of the trainers, I doubt it. I only have a big binder of Rainbow Rares because I bought them all for like $2 or less, or I pulled them.
You're right.
I'm just not interested. I was when they came out, man.
They are keeping the gold alive.
Yes, keep the gold. The gold is so fire. Yeah. Oh, I even have a gold binder that I put my gold cards in. That is such a staple in my collection right now that if they stopped gold, I would literally be just devastated. Oh,
so okay, here's my question too. Then, so what are they going to do something to compare to the rainbows?
I don't know.
Because right now, if you look at this set, and part of the reason I feel like this set isn't doing well, part of the reason I think this set isn't doing well is the fact that, the last several sets in Lost Origin and all those Sword and Shield ones, you had your certain number in the set, and then you had your rare cards after that, and then you had your trainer galleries, and then you had rainbows, and you had golds, right? Well, this set doesn't have rainbows. It kind of has something similar to Trainer Gallery, but it's not. It's different, but it is, right? But they don't have the rainbows at all. So, like, are they going to put something in to
replace
the rainbows?
That rare section of the thing? I don't think so.
Because we went over all the rarities pretty in depth.
Yeah.
And it felt like, because there's 3 levels of gold stars, right? But it didn't feel like the 1-star golds or the 2-star golds were really that interesting.
Yeah, they really
maybe
weren't.
That's why the set's not doing well.
Yeah, there's a combination. I mean, honestly, if it doesn't have a banger Charizard was pretty much the only staple banger where it's like, if it has a rare Charizard, it's worth keeping and buying and collecting. Now it's like there's a Moonbryon everyone knows about that's like, even more expensive than a lot of the Charizards. There's that Giratina from Lost Origins that's really expensive. The gold cards from Crown Zenith are the staple for Crown Zenith. You know what I mean? The Arceus, the whatever.
Even Crown Zenith didn't do great in my
It didn't do
opinion.
great, yeah. I mean,
it was cool, but you
Man.
couldn't buy just packs and packs and packs because of how they sold it.
Dude, but those, I don't want to get into it, but those gold cards and that promo was the most fire I've seen in years. Anyway.
They were good cards.
So it's a little bit harder to predict in the future what set will be a flop or not, because you have these ones where it's like, I can tell Giratina is going to be amazing. I didn't know it was going to stay this amazing, which I'm kind of glad it did. Again, Moonbreon, I thought it was a cool card. I didn't know it would get this much hype this far down the road. So again, back in the past, if it was a Charizard, you could pretty much predict that the set is going to be a hit. But now you have these other cards that I can see why Umbreon is popular, blah, 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 blah. So we'll see. In the future, it'll still be easy to predict, but they're throwing more variables at us.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to see if maybe they're using these first two as just kind of test runs to just get the art out there for the new characters.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's what it is, because it felt like they just, I mean, when you're putting 3 Wiglets.
Yeah.
No, there's not even 3. There's 3 basic Wiglets.
Mm-hmm.
Plus there's a full art Wiglet. And like, when you're doing that many, it's like, why are we putting so many of the same guy, you know?
Right.
So it makes you wonder if they're just trying to get the art out there, and maybe things will go different as it goes.
Yeah. On the other hand, I mean, all their sets, they went from having a set of like 93 of one of the vintage sets to now it's hundreds of cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're counting the reverse hollow and da-da-da, where it's like, maybe they're having 3 Wiglets because we want to make this set 200 cards. And it's like,
Trying to hit that card moment.
yeah. So I don't know. I wonder how much they listen to stuff like this, to where it's like, oh, these are collectors and this is what they want and what they don't like. And let's, tune it, so.
Maybe.
Yeah,
If they're
we'll see.
listening, that'd be great.
Probably not this podcast, but they will soon.
So maybe one day.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what we got for you today. Just talking about Scarlet Violet and how it's kind of trashy.
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna try to pump one out a week, maybe 2. We'll see how it goes. If I'm not sick, if this guy isn't dealing with a baby, because one's on the way. Congratulations, Robo! Yay! Good luck.
Here we go.
Peace out.